Hey friends, it's Megan, and today I'm going to talk about some names that I really adore. So this is my 100 favorite baby names series, and this is part 9 of 10, and in part 9 I'm going to talk about names in places 20 to 11. So these are names that I would seriously consider naming a future child that I really love. This was a tag originally started by the wonderful Amelia. I have a link to her channel down in the description box below. I also have the first 8 parts, wow, of the series. I can't believe this is video 9 of this. And so the first 8 parts are covering names 100 to 21. I've got those linked down below if you want to check those out as well. So now, like I said, it's getting juicy. These are names that are high up on my list, and we'll go ahead and dive in with spot number 20. So at number 20 for girls, I have Lilia. I love Lil names, L-I-L names for girls. Lilia is so beautiful, and it's a wonderful alternative to the name Lillian, which is much more popular. Which I do love that name to pieces. More on that name later. Lilia, though, I think would be so sweet and spunky and sounds like a cute little Southern belle for some reason to me. At number 20 for boys, I have Sebastian, and interestingly enough, I've met 3 Sebastians in my life. One was from Argentina, one was from France, and one was from Luxembourg. And one of the things that I love about the name Sebastian is how it sounds in different languages and with different accents. And I think it's a name that really travels well, and that's a cool thing to have. I also love nicknames, and there are many great nicknames for Sebastian. I think Baz, B-A-Z, would be pretty cute. At spot number 19 for girls, I have Eden. Eden for a long time was in my top 10 favorite names for girls. I love E names. I love the E sound in Eden. I also really, again with the nicknames, love the nickname Edie. I think that is so adorable. At 19 for boys, I have Declan. Declan is just a great Irish name. It is a name gaining popularity, and I see why it has a wonderful sound to it. At number 18 for girls, I have Luna. Luna is one that I've liked for a long time. It was actually part of my screen name way back in the day. I had Luna in my screen name. I love the moon. I love the connection to the moon. I love the character Luna Lovegood. And Luna is just like, it's just simply beautiful. I don't know what to say about it. And it's got like the extra magic to it. At 18 for boys, I have Finnegan. I love Finn names. Clearly, I've got a love for Irish boys' names. Finnegan has like this warm, hearty, charming sound to it. I picture a Finnegan being really welcoming and inviting. At number 17 for girls, I have Evangeline, a name that I've raved about for a long time on my channel. It would be higher up on my list actually, but I think it's going to clash with my future children's surname, but oh, it's so big and beautiful and oozing with femininity. There are endless adorable nicknames for Evangeline. I adore this name. At 17 for boys, I have Holden. So I love just this name on its own. I love The Catcher in the Rye, and I definitely associate this name to the character, and that character reminds me of being very sad and depressed, and because of that, I honestly don't think that I could use this name, but I do really like it, so it's still on my list. At number 16 for girls, I have Esme. Esme has got this very old-fashioned, vintage, angelic feel to me. I think this name is so adorable, and this is my favorite spelling right now of Esme. I think it's gorgeous. At 16 for boys, I have Elijah. I think Elijah is really satisfying and wonderful to say. A lot of names just kind of dance on your tongue, you know? I love the idea of using the nickname Eli, and Elijah, like I said, it's just got this smooth, really wholesome sound to it. At number 15 for girls, I have Coraline. I love line names for girls, names that end in line. I love the names Cora and Coralie, but I think Coraline is just my favorite of the bunch, and I love that you can use those as nicknames to Coraline. I used to shy away from this name because of the children's book and movie Coraline, which is a little bit like a children's horror story in some ways, but lately I'm just like, yeah, I like it. If I want to use it, I'll use it. Okay, at number 15 for boys, I have Griffin. Griffin is such an awesome name, and a woman I went to school with, we were RAs together, has a little son named Griffin, and she calls him Griffey. I think that is so cute, but like I said, I love Finn names, and I think Griffin, you can use Finn as a nickname, but I just kind of like Griffin on its own as well. Yeah. In spot number 14 for girls, I have Colette. Colette is rising up on my list. It could easily be in my top 10 soon. I love that Colette isn't too popular at all, and it's kind of got what I love in girls' names in that it's very feminine and classy sounding. At 14 for boys, I have Ethan. Ethan was in my top 10 for a while. I have loved this name since high school, I think. Most of my life, at least, I've loved this name. And if it wasn't the number 3 name right now in the country, it would be higher up on my list. You guys, stop loving Ethan so much. Yeah, I see why it's so popular, and I do really just love that sound. Again, that E sound. At number 13 for girls, I have Madeline. I told you guys I love line names for girls. And doesn't Madeline remind you of the children's book series Madeline? Two little girls or so many little girls and 2 straight lines. I forget how it goes. I loved that those books when I was little. I think Madeline is a stunning name. I think the nickname Maddie is cute too. At number 13, I have James. James has been one of my lifelong favorite names. I feel really connected to this name in many ways. And for a nickname lover, I'm not too fond of that many nicknames for James. I just kind of like James all on its own, which is interesting to me. At number 12 for girls, I have Alice. Alice is a name I've been loving more and more as well. It's a classic name, and I think Alice sounds very fresh and sweet and new again. At 12 for boys, I have Everett. I love everything about this name pretty much. I love that it kind of sounds like a little old man. I love the ever sound so much. This name has been in my top 10 for the last couple of years. Slipped just a bit to number 12, and I think it's a wonderful name. I'm still in love with it, but I'm just liking a few more boys' names a bit more, so Everett got bumped a bit. Okay, and now we are up to number 11. So 11 for girls, I have Lila. Lila. It feels so sweet and simple, but yet sophisticated to me, and I can picture Lila on a very beautiful woman. Like, I think that's a prerequisite to having this name. Like, you have to be very beautiful. Lila. It's just, yeah, so understated and packs such a great punch. At 11 for boys, I have Bennett. So I love Ben as a nickname. One of my favorite nicknames for boys. And Bennett just feels very polished and strong. I love Jane Austen and the Bennett sisters, although they spell with 1 T, and so I love that little tie. Yeah, great name. So there you have it, names 20 to 11. Come back soon for my very last video in this series, which is an update on my top 10, which have changed just since January when I last did my top 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon for the next video. Bye-bye.